And we can just dance the night away until we get no more. I'll shake all the hurt away so you can feel and forget who you used to be. But just tonight, could you just dance the night away?
I guess we could do the Seeker's Patches and see what that is. Like, what's going on with that? Okay. Plus, it gives me a chance to try out the new skills back in the desert, where I may or may not have improved. Alright, let's go. We're gonna rabbit these. Okay. Alright. Sandrake, Sandrake. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna write something down. We're gonna do... Okay. Okay. Sorry, I've read on a piece of paper where in the stream this starts, so that I know when 30 minutes have passed. Because this is what we're going to do. I was spending time in Lion's Watch to see what I need to do, or what I might do. And this is another thing I thought would be a good idea for why Guild Wars 2 is being given, Guild Wars 1 is being given 2 hours of a leeway. I may not use all 2 hours of it, but at least it gives me the option for it. And that's useful in case I need it. This lineup's very nice. Much better than what I was doing. Probably not perfect, but for right now it serves its purpose. And look at all that money. So yeah. But this way I know where I started, and then I know where I can skip if this is a very long walk and if it's boring. That way it just saves me some time, and I know that I'm not, like, wasting my time. It saves me some editing. Yummy. This is some good tea. Oh, sorry. It's getting dehydrated. I need to start making some actual cold tea more. I need to make like a small picture of it and have it on tap because I like tea. Or even tea with a little lemonade in it. I'm very particular about how much lemonade I like in stuff. And that matters because I don't know. I have lots of coworkers who really liked pre-made tea and lemonade, like the ones you get at a can. But I'm very particular. If it's too much lemon or too much lemonade, it's too sugary at that point. I don't like it. And if it's too much tea, then all you have is lemon tea, which is just tea with a little bit of like a slice of lemon in it, which isn't anything to really shake a stick at. It's something, but it's just not anything great. You know? So, yeah. Sorry, I meant to do 5 and not heal my pet. Nice. Nice, this is so much nicer. I guess. Loot is loot. How far are we? I guess we're not that far from it. I think we're gonna take a turn. Yeah, we're gonna twist around. This is just a very twisty lane. But yeah, we'll see. I think with Gears 1, I'll just make sure that I'll write down times where I need to cut, and then I'll just paste it together as I need to. Because sometimes I don't think people necessarily care about the traveling bit. Some people really like the traveling bit. And then sometimes I'm having conversations while doing the traveling bit, so it's not as boring or weird. Like, it's not just quiet. Sometimes it's just pure quiet because I'm focusing on just doing things, or I'm sitting here snacking while we travel. I don't need the spirit, but it's okay, I guess. I got the boon, I suppose. If any of you go down, I'm gonna be mad at you because even I, a squishy ranger, did not die. Awesome. Holy crap, there's a flat bow. Nice. Nice. I need to actually look up at one point how the bows work. And like what kind of bow I should be looking for my character. You know what I mean? Like, see where I want to be with it. I don't know. I think that's our door right there. This will be about 5 minutes. That's not a very far walk. It's pretty good. Jesus, there's like 3 of you sitting in there. How do you have any room in that one bush to just chill and hang out? I mean, it could be worse. I'm okay with these guys coming out. I hate when the spiders come out. I don't think they're really spiders. I think they're still totally insects because they still have 6 legs, but they're annoying. They look more spidily, spindly, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. They're pests. Okay. I don't think... Yeah, there's nothing that way. See? Those things. They're pests. Don't sit there and waste your stuff on that. Teleport switch. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Let's get out of here. We got more important things to do than deal with them. Look how beautiful these pools are. So much nice. So beauty. Demons have spawned. Ooh, demon paid. Cool. He owes me for pain and suffering. It's the reality of it. I'm actually looking forward to being able to play Hades again for a little bit. Like I said, we'd stopped doing a lot of the variety, and we were just doing like 2 other different games in the day because Halloween was here. And I wanted to be able to do Halloween stuff. Yeah, now we can see what this is. Okay. Alright. And this. There we go. Cool. So yeah, but it was nice to be able to focus on that, but we have to get back to the other stuff. So it's kind of refreshing to get back to the normal routine. Guild Wars 2 is still in the menu. It's just going to be on its own thing. And we're still going to be working with the expansion when I do Guild Wars 2 again. There are so many things in this area. But there's a lot of what they call it, backlog. So I'll still be doing the expansion stuff with it for a little bit. It's just getting like 2 hours, I think. Hour some days, depending. Pretty sure most of the days it got 2 hours too, but I can't remember. I think there's like 1 or 2 days where I only gave it an hour, but those days I had Skyrim. So they'll probably be divided between those two with how I feel. Okay. Oh, okay, cool, 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 cool. Materials. Sorry, I was distracted by materials. Nice. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at this area. I call bullshit. It's okay. Go over here. There we go. Came at the wrong time. There we go. See if we drop some fire on them. There we go. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. Just on the ground. All of its money that I like. I was about to say, I was calling bullshit on that because we were standing here and then like 30 of them came running across the area and I'm like, are you serious? Could you guys not be standing there? Stand in a better location? This is a very horrible place to be at. Like, there's just a lot of enemies and the area is kind of weird maneuvering because the bridge is here. It's cool looking, but the bridges are kind of weird. I feel like I couldn't walk up those. Like, for instance, I thought these were too steep, but I guess they're not. But then what's the point of the bridges? See, they can walk here, then what's the point of the bridges? I was thinking, like, walking over here would be nice because they could talk to the NPC if I wanted to, but then there's also the bridges to funnel people, but they don't funnel nothing. So I was like, what's the point of that? Disrespectful. See if we can loop around this way. I'm not really worried too much about these guys. They're pain, but they're also squishy. See if we can... We've kind of punched a hole here, so let's see if we can kind of squeeze through this hole before the trolls mix up again. Do 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 do. There's a Hydra on the side of that. Oh my goodness, he's gold. He's so beautiful. We're about to die, but that's okay. It's the ambushing for me that bothers me. Can we drop a... Okay, cool. We got docks. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We did get him. Oh my gosh. I was trying to drop the fireball on them, but the other creatures were on the side causing problems. Alright. This is surprisingly a controlled chaos. Lots of things died. But he's gold. He's so pretty looking. Oh, my inventory's full. What's up? Do I have anything on me that's like trash? That I can get rid of. I can get maybe this. Yeah, I'll just get rid of that. Yeah, because I want this. I don't really care about the other white thing on the ground. Okay, let's keep going. I think we can handle the rest of the hydras if we needed to, which we probably will have to. Dang it. You canceled it before I could do anything about it. At least my pet is harder to stop. Okay. Do we want to go this way? Or the other way? I guess this way, because this one's technically leads right to it, where we're going. We'll still have to fight some more hydras, I think, on the patrol. But that's okay. Huh? Why are you harassing the birds? Okay, I call bullshit on that. Only because the one that wasn't close reacted more than the one that was closest to us. Like, I could respect the one closest to us reacting to it, but I call bullshit on the fact that the other one didn't. It's okay, though. We did get what we needed, so it's not a big deal. There we go. Nice. Let me do 5, 4. Nice. Don't do that. Call bullshit. At least we didn't attract the attention of the other ones. Cause I had a feeling, I was like, it seems suspicious that we had the stuff behind us. You know. Spawn, but it's okay. Stay there. Okay. I'll grab all the stuff. I don't have a key, right? No. Okay. Everybody, walk with me. Let's go. I wonder why we're going back here. I'm curious as to why we're going back here. Oh. Oh, this is a place. Okay, cool. There's a character here. Let's talk to this character. Hello! Look how beautiful this place is. I like the pools. Forgive me if you if I seem startled. It has been ages since a living being has spoken to me. Please don't think less of me, but I have rather a selfish request of you. When the event that destroyed my people occurred, I was supposed to meet my betrothed at the salt flats near one of the curious teleportation pads. We thought it a perfect place to be alone. It had been my single lasting torment that I never found out what happened to her. Although it is unlikely that any sign of his remains would have survived this to this day, I would like to be certain. Okay. I'll take care of you, my dear. Don't worry about it. First off, though, oh, you're not... This isn't that far. Okay, actually, hang in there. I'm gonna go grab you your attention. Oh, you want to. Let's go do this one first. Let's not get ourselves too distracted. Maybe we can sit here and do some missions. That'd be kind of nice. Take care of the locals a little bit. Okay, so where at the salt flats are they? Oh, it's on the other side. Okay. So yeah. Sorry, I pushed the wrong button to stop. Let's go. Nice. Be kind of nice if we slip by them. So over there, it looks like there is stuff. It looks like maybe it's where all these like boats and stuff are that we're looking for friends. I swear that these can storm sense battle and they just try to float over here casually, but they're not being very casual. You know what I mean? They're full of shit. They're like Karens or like those drama. Have you seen those people that are in the store and you're talking to somebody about some gossip, whether it be juicy or not, and you can tell that they are listening to you? Oh my gosh. When I was in retail, right? There were times where I had no problem telling customers about certain gossip that wasn't necessarily gossip, but we called it gossip. But you know, like example, someone was mentioning, we were having a conversation one time about company policies and some retail places compared to where we worked and stuff like that, right? Nothing obsessive or crazy, but this person was listening in and they were getting some insider information about how retail works and how some competitors try to keep their workers versus others. You know, we were talking about like competition stuff. And I was talking about at one point about how Walmart doesn't it has been sued up the behind so much that if they they have to make so many laws and regulations in order to prevent people from unionizing. So in their own rules, they essentially say, oh, well, they placate to you by saying, okay, if we do this and this, you guys can't unionize. They have a sign of paper saying that we're not allowed to unionize. Even though Walmart employees have been wanting to unionize forever, right? Which is really funny to me because Walmart employees want to unionize because they would get treated better, like some other companies that actually do that. Walmart doesn't want to do that because Walmart doesn't want to pay you extra or give you extra benefits like they do, like other retail places. But here's what I think funny about it is they don't want you unionize. They have lots of rules of like saying, oh, you can't unionize because it's in bad faith, blah, 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 blah. It's bullshit. It's really funny because in my mind I was sitting here thinking most employees that are at the bottom of the rung are unionized. They're just not unionized in a legal sense. Like in the sense of like if a set or an entire crew are not happy with you, say you tell Nighttime, oh, you guys are so lazy, you never get nothing done, and that's not the truth, and you're just mad that we didn't get your extra crap done on top of our already duties, and you try to make it seem like, oh, we were just being lazy. An entire night crew just saying, okay, giving their bare minimum for like a week is enough to get a manager to yield. As someone who used to work on nighttime, that is exactly what would happen. Sometimes they would want us to do more than our fair share. They'd want us to pick up nighttime or daytimes like lacking or slacking or they're busy trucks. Sometimes big trucks happen. That's not anything bad. Problem is they would want us to get it done, and we would be busy that day too, especially on truck days where the trucks were big. I always thought it was so funny, right? they would have like nighttime would be really busy with the amount of freight because daytime would normally be busy when they were restocking in the morning. So like when truck day came, especially grocery truck, when it came, a lot of times they were very busy they were very busy during the daytime because customers picked up on it. They knew when truck day was going to be in because some of them had asked employees for like, I need this can of soup. Is it coming in? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, it'll be here, by that time. You're not really allowed to tell them at the time, to tell them the exact day. You're just supposed to tell them, oh, it'll be here in the next few days. But let's be real. We told them when they would be here so that they would get off our back. All right? So you would tell them that it's supposed to be on this coming truck, that kind of thing. So customers would know to come in on Monday or Tuesday or whatever to get fresh produce or to get foods, right? It made for a busy day. It made for where there was not a lot of daytime people to stock stuff because they're busy helping people find the fruits they need, the sugar they need, etc., etc. So nighttime people understood that and respected that. But the managers at nighttime would be like, okay, well, they didn't get stuff done, and so we want you to get stuff done, their stuff and yours, okay? And while there's not a lot of customers at nighttime, it's still a lot of freight to go through. So we would do our best, and sometimes they'd be like, we get in trouble for next time. Oh, hey, there's the guy. And they would be like, oh, well, he's like, say like one time we had like 7 pallets in frozen and dairy, right? Or it was like 7 pallets in frozen, and there was like 4 pallets in dairy. Now that's pretty big on the frozen side. So we got dairy done, but we didn't get frozen done. And we had like, I kid you not, like a pallet and a half, maybe 2 pallets like left. And we got chewed out for that. And they were like, you guys should have had them all done. We're like, we had 7 pallets. You had given us bare minimum people to do it. And everybody else was over in the craft section and lawn and garden area getting things prepped. And mostly it was pharmacy had a big load and crafts. And when crafts and like, I think they were called stationery or something like that. When they had like over in the art supplies or makeup, when they were full. They were like a big area and it had all these tiny things, right? So we didn't have anyone to relieve us. There's nothing you can do, So there's nothing that you could do about it. And okay, it seems as though I've been standing here for eternity. You probably have. So they got mad at us for that. And what ended up happening is the entire team got really upset and said, we did our best. We did more than our fair share of the work that day. And we did the best we could do to pull it apart, but everything just didn't go our way. And it was like the one time that it happened in months, And so the whole staff unilaterally said, oh, you're upset with us? We told you what's wrong. And they still chewed us out for it. They got really hostile with us. So our team goes, okay, you get bare minimum. For a week, we did bare minimum. We all did the bare minimum. I still kept up with my speed and everything, but I didn't bust my butt, and neither did anyone else. Your inventory is full. Please make room for and speak to me again. Okay, cool. But yeah, so they did that thinking, oh yeah, they could bully the employees into here we go. Sent you here? Oh my beloved. So that's why she never came that day. I have waited here all this time, hoping against hope that one day I might know her fate. But to find out that she is a ghost bound to this hellish place, as I, is almost beyond bearing. I know something that might bring her a small bit of joy. Take the silver ring and give it to her. Well, on the day we were supposed to meet, I was going to ask her for her hand in marriage. Perhaps the ring will give her some small comfort. Okay. Well, why don't you're a ghost now? Why don't you leave your location and just go to her? Live out your ghostly days. Okay. Where's she at? Here she is. But yeah, like, so, like, they don't unionize, but they definitely will unite to retaliate against you to do that. But anyways, this heard this. You spoke to his ghost, and he gave you this. He was going to ask for my hand in marriage. Imagine that he was waiting out there all this time. I think it could rest a little easier knowing his fate. With this ring, you have given me more than I can hope I could repay you. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. Tiger's Fury. Okay, cool. But yeah, so she overheard us talking about this, and I was talking about how technically they unionize stuff like that. So it wasn't really gossip, but to her it sounded like gossip. But there have been times where someone was being nosy and they heard gossip, they thought they heard gossip, and I don't need that. So what I've done is that if they're being overly nosy and I'm not exactly thrilled with their being nosy about it, I will go out of my way and say things that are super freaking outlandish, but not necessarily out of the realm of possibility. And then I will do that just to mess with them. And when they do that, I then will tell, I will wait for the gossip train to get back around, because eventually it gets back around. And if it sounds truthful enough, I'll hear it as if it's straight facts, and it makes me giggle. And then if it's silly enough that they can figure it out, my bosses will sometimes be like, "Why did you tell people this?" I was like, "I didn't say tell anyone nothing. I was talking to my coworker and we were joking around. It's not my fault that this particular individual thought that." But if you see anything, they got to the point where they could start recognizing my false gossip versus their real gossip. Look, I would be upset, but I think it's hilarious, okay? Who am I talking to? Hey, you're here. Who are you? You're not who I need to talk to, right? No. Hello there. The Bronze needs a favor. You're at the Bronze as a favor. If you would do this favor, we'll offer you a boon. You has misplaced his ceremonial family sword near the oasis in the mouth of perfect. Don't ask how it came to pass. There are many centaurs. There were many centaurs. Ghastly demise involved. So you died by centaurs and doesn't feel like going into details. Okay. I'll deal with that at some point. Right now, let's go talk to the boss. Because I see there's a lot of names. There's this guy here. Oh, he's a necromancer pants. Okay, that's kind of cool. Interesting. Sure. Yeah. Oh, she's in the forge, yeah. Why did it send me here then? There it is. I was like, why did it send me there? Maybe it's just to... Maybe it's because it's like the closest city that I need to go to. Alright, let's see. Where are you at, dearie? That or she's moved and that kind of thing. Some maybe an NPC that moves around. Who knows? Okay, let's head up here and talk to them. Start getting back to the situation. I do think that this new build is very useful and it's making things a lot better. So staggering and bleeding is probably what I need to go for, and like do fire damage or other Condi if I happen to feel like it. Oh yeah, that was you. But I talked to you already. You started all this way and didn't bother taking a single. You started all this way and didn't bother talking to a single one of the ghosts there, did you? No. Don't bother denying it. I'd know if you had. I've had an eye out for these things. Well, at any rate, you know where they are next time? Okay. Try talking to the ghosts. You may find yeah, I know they have interesting things. I was prioritizing your needs. Thank you very much. Disrespectful, and technically I did a mission before I came to you, and I was gonna do another mission before I was here, but I decided to prioritize you. I don't want to hear it. Disrespectful. I'm pretty sure it's here. Yeah, it's over here. I think this one is probably my closest one. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Do we want... I kind of want to do this one. Let's go ahead and do it. Because I do think we'll check a bunch of the desert, like, cities and see what I'm missing. Because I do think I'm missing a bunch of, like, small missions I could do for XP and skills and things. So we'll do that. Plus it gives me a chance to kind of test out these skills a little bit better. Okay, so this is going to be a sped up part of the story, because it's mostly me getting lost in the desert. I totally forgot how to get back to this location. I've already been there before, so I sat there and ranted and raved about being lost in the desert. But I also was going on about stories, just randomly blabbering about. This recording for the video, or this stream itself, we did about an hour and a half of Guild Wars 1 trying to get some decent content, and of me sitting around in Lion's Arch trying to decide what to do, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So, yeah. But I was telling a story during this time, and I thought about leaving the story in, but I can just sum it up now and hear what the story was about. I was telling a story about retail, about specifically a situation where there's been times where I've had customers come in and they want in on the gossip and stuff that me and the other employees are talking about, quote-unquote gossip. And reality is, they think it's gossip because it's a taboo they didn't know about. But when you work in like retail, when you work in any industry of any caliber, it doesn't matter what it is, you kind of learn that there's certain things that are like an industry secret or an industry taboo type thing, right? Like, if you work in an office, you might have somebody who's like, it's taboo to mess with Frank's cactuses, you know, that kind of thing, something silly like that. Well, in Walmart and stuff, one of the things they had is that you weren't supposed to unionize and stuff. I was talking to a coworker at one point and explaining that it's funny that they have in our contracts and stuff saying you can't unionize. Now, what it is that Walmart has been sued lots of times and they've been threatened with unions and stuff. But if any employee was to actually unionize, they would have to pay them better benefits and give them better input, and they'd give employees more leeway. And the way they do this to prevent them from unionizing is they, quote unquote, you own part of Walmart, aka when you work for Walmart as an employee, you own a share as long as you work at Walmart, kind of thing. It's how Walmart keeps its shares up, like its actual profit wise on the market. Like, and it's also a way to keep supposedly members of the company to feel like they are included. This is when I was working, so the rules may have changed, but it's preventing them from unionizing. And they have several papers and stuff that talked about how we were not allowed to unionize because, you know, we get paid enough, we get treated well enough, blah, 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 blah. It's bullcrap, right? So an employee a customer overheard me talking to an employee about how it's stupid that they say that we can't unionize when reality is all Walmarts are unionized. And she was like, what do you mean? Like, the customer walked up and was like gossiping. You really shouldn't gossip in front of customers. It's considered uncouth or unprofessional. But this really wasn't considered a gossip in my opinion, because in my opinion, here's the thing. All employees at all Walmarts are basically unionized because if you piss off one single shift, doesn't matter which shift, you essentially have an entire unit that basically says, okay, I give you bare minimum. Good example of when this happened at my own workplace is that in my own workplace, they one time gave us a lot of stuff from daytime to do and nighttime. Nighttime was the skeleton crew. We could get through a lot of freight a lot faster than like the daytime crew, right? Fair enough. There's lots of customers coming in, lots of people asking for stuff, busier, hotter time. Not many people are up and about at 1 a.m. or even 3 a.m. getting stuff. Most of them are also employees that work at night times at other places, truckers, or people who are coming in their fleety pajamas and because their basement's flooded. You know, like it's like an emergency situation. Or they're not supposed to be out. So you either work the night crew, you're not supposed to be out, or an emergency, something that's caught fire kind of level of I am out and about, I'm not happy about it kind of thing. Anyways, but because we don't have a lot of customers at nighttime, we would do a lot of the freight, right? So what ends up happening with a lot of these days when daytime couldn't do things, like on truck days when it was really busy during daytime, a lot of the overflow would come to us at nighttime. Well, and we would do our best to get through it. But one time, and it's happened at least 2 or 3 times, where we couldn't get through with it because it was just so much and we were overwhelmed. And our own truck, nighttime's truck, was already very big to begin with, so we were drowning. I remember it being like 7 pallets and frozen and dairy, specifically like 7 total, so about 4 pallets of dairy. You can picture milk, cheese, yogurt, and then the rest of them went to frozen. That's a lot of freaking pallets for the store we were in and for the staff we had, which was like probably a third of what we normally have, like from what they have during daytime. Now, during daytime, they do have other tasks and jobs. This is true. So, you know, there's that. And they have to contend with customers as well. So, extra fun. But there was also a lot of pharmacy, a lot of stationery. Stationery and pharmacy were the next big things in the area that made a lot of money and sold a lot of stuff. And they were overflowing and stuff. So we didn't get a lot done. And they'd shoot us out the next day, next shift, was I was going to say our next party shift, saying that we didn't do enough and that we weren't good enough. And all of the employees tried to say, well, we tried our best. We could get through. And all the employees had this moment as soon as the bosses kept chewing us out and saying, well, you guys should have done better. We expect more from you. The rest of us are like, we are a skeleton crew. We are probably 10 people strong normally. And like we have people who have to take breaks, so there's less than like 20 people on night shift. And like I said, only about 8 to 10 of them are together at on night. Some of them are part-time. A lot of them are part-time. Anyways, we didn't have like a lot of people. So unilaterally, all of the night crew gave each other this look of like, oh, bare minimum. That is Walmart unionizing right there, and it's petty. And almost any company has it. You can't legally say it's unionizing because it's not. It's just a bunch of people getting together saying, okay, we're not good enough. We're giving you bare minimum. And for a week, we gave them bare minimum. We did our tasks. We didn't do any more. We even slowed down sometimes when it came to like we had like 3 pallets of like stationery to do. We slowed down and didn't do extra for a week. Until we got an apology. All right. Night shift can be petty, but this is like this is Walmart unionizing. So I always found it funny when in contracts, they always said, oh, well, you guys can't unionize. And I'm sitting here thinking, you say that, but that's basically what unionizing is. Mistreat them enough. We don't get paid benefits, but we will be petty. And I was saying this in front of a customer, with a coworker, and a customer heard it. And it tickles me pink when customers are like, "Scandal," and it's like, "Oh, sweet pea, that's the tame shit. That's not even the scandals. Just hold your beer. I'll tell you scandals." You learn, you get a lot of stuff going in retail, but that's essentially what the story was about. And I'm summing up a lot better on this repeat recording because I listened back on it. And I'm like, what? I'm sputtering so bad because my brain's focusing on the game and now I'm not focusing on the game. So I can kind of explain what I was getting at. But yes, so we're going to get back to the game now. I should be there and everything. But that's the only thing you miss during that little cutscene of like speeding up. Now, get the fuck up. We don't have time. I'm too sick and tired of having to fight everything that moves and breathes in this direction. They can either follow us to the waypoint, or they can just fuck off. It's one of the two. I don't care. Alright. There we go. I don't know why the audio went super quiet. But it did. Like, the ambiance went quiet, not the rest of it. Okay. There it is. I did it the wrong way. I knew I went the wrong way. Nice. But I have got his things. So he got ambushed here in the water? That's sad. That would have been really rough. I feel like a centaur could outswim you pretty easily. Both because they have, stronger legs, but also because horses are actually really good at swimming. They're not like good at swimming when it's above their neck, But with centaurs, they don't really have the same problem as a horse, where they have that, like, they have to height their neck there. So they're just a little taller, I would assume. It's truly pleased that you found his ceremonial sword. Your spirit can now rest a little easier, knowing that his dishonor has been erased. Awesome! I got new fire skills. Fire trap is a nice one. Okay, cool. Alright, we are gonna switch games. I think that one did pretty good. We gave it we got like a decent amount of like stuff out of that.
And we can just dance the night away until we get no more. I'll shake all the hurt